Caltrop is an area denial weapon designed to stop the enemy. The Caltrop is a sturdy, simple, yet effective weapon no matter its position. Its purpose was originally designed to stop elephant and donkey attacks. It graduated to stopping tanks. And now, the Caltrop is your defense against propaganda, polished lies, and manufactured outrage. It's free from counterfeit credibility and synthetic truth. However, inside the walls of the Caltrop, you're going to be forced to think. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Mike Caldarise is the Caltrop.
Coming down the mountain from the heaven to the hell, the Mike Caldarise, the Caltrop, he never stops, so ring the bell. He bring the facts, he's been up every morning till we sleep. He get it deep, Mike Caldarise, in your head and in your sheets. And we don't mind and we don't care, Mike Caldarise is the Caltrop. And we don't mind and we don't care, Mike Caldarise is the Caltrop. And we don't mind and we don't care, Mike Caldarise is the Caltrop.
Good evening and welcome to the Caltrop. I am obviously Mike Caldarise. I am your host, and we are your defense mechanism from all things ridiculous when it comes to the news, when it comes to podcasts, when it comes to shows like this. And instead of beating you over the head, I mean, it's been a very long election season from Trump that it seemed like I got right into this local stuff. And, you know, we hit this very hard sometimes, very heavy. And last night's show was all about that. And today it's going to be more fun. I obviously have Fresh Mike in the building. He's in the back. We're going to do my Mike's right. We're going to make fun of some politicians. Have some fun tonight. Tonight is a Friday night. You know how we like doing it. I don't have a lot of fluff for you. I don't have a lot of bullshit. Right? It's going to be me. It's going to be Fresh Mike. We're going to be. We have some topics. We have some fun topics. We have some interesting topics. I was in a excuse me. I was in a religious Bible, not religious, well, kind of religious, but a Bible conversation today. So it was, we might even get into a little bit of that. Who knows? We do have a lot on the docket, but let's start it off right with the Mike's right. Shut the fuck up and listen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to wish you a good evening and welcome to the Political Losers Club, where the motto is simple: it's never our fault. So Republicans obviously lost another blue state election, and the post-game show was somewhat predictable. It's rigged. They cheated. It's the machines. Fuck Dominion. Yes, because nothing says strong leadership like blaming a voting machine scanner made by Epson. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong spot. I'm downstairs. It's all messed up today. But here's my solution, everybody. That's right. The right needs to cheat better. See, the left is playing 4D chess, and Republicans are over here trying to figure out how to fold the chessboard. So step one, stop sending lawyers after the election and start sending people who could actually count during it. Or hell, hire some left-wing ballot harvesters. Because let's face it, the Democrats have election strategy down pat when it comes to these blue states. They've got 19-year-olds who can't afford toothpaste, somehow running $1 million ground operations full of printers. Meanwhile, the GOP is still debating whether to use TikTok or not because, you know, the Chinese might be watching. It's like, bro, the Chinese already own your congressman. Just post the ad. It'll be okay. And then there's the young voters. You got to love these people going overwhelmingly for a socialist this round. They are like the new age civic warriors. These are the kind of kids who live in apartments owned by their parents, but they vote for free rent, free college, free healthcare, and free everything, all while sipping a $13 IPA at a Mamdani victory party. Yes, that's all right. That's all right. New York is out there chanting, vote Mamdani, everything for free. And everything's free except his campaign launch party. His campaign launch party was full with a $25 cover at the door and a $13 beer. But it's okay because he's got a transition team that also needs donations. So technically, socialists, you're already paying for your free stuff. It's awesome. It's a socialist subscription service. You got to love it, man. New age socialists. But the Republicans, oh, they've got their own problems. I love it. Every time they lose, it's, well, fuck these mail-in ballots. They were fraudulent. It's like, buddy, you've had literally 4 years to learn how to lick a stamp. Like, what's the excuse? The right keeps acting like mail-in voting is some type of witchcraft. If I can't be in person, I can't possibly vote. Meanwhile, liberal grandma, somehow on a scooter just flipped an entire district from her kitchen. I mean, guys, let's be honest. Both parties are ridiculous. Democrats say they're fighting for democracy, but yeah, only if the democracy votes the right way. And Republicans are saying they're saving America. What are you saving America from? Wi-Fi and solar panels? I mean, I've got a list of fake solutions that seems like this is what they're going to do in their sides when they have their meetings. And it's both sides. You ready? For Republicans. How about stop running candidates who sound like they're auditioning for Duck Dynasty? Step 2, hire one Gen Z social media manager who doesn't think posting means mailing flyers. Step 3, if you lose, don't hold a prayer circle, hold a marketing meeting. I don't know. Are they real or are they fake? Right? For Democrats, step 1, maybe stop promising free everything. You look like Oprah on welfare. You get a house. You get health care. You get debt forgiveness. Step 2, stop pretending you're poor when your Starbucks order costs more than my gas bill. All right? Mamdani is the best example of that. Step 3, tell your climate activists to stop gluing themselves to traffic. You're saving the planet by ruining everyone's commute. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, honestly, both sides, you guys, you need new material. I mean, the Democrats are running on guilt. The Republicans are running on nostalgia. And it's like choosing between a therapist who cries too much and a grandpa who still thinks Reagan's coming back, like the second coming of Jesus. But here's the truth. Most elections aren't rigged. They're marketed. The side with better memes and a better candidate wins now. Forget policy. It's all about hashtags, AI-generated smiles, and pretending to care about whatever trend the algorithm has picked that week. And when they lose, the Democrats will blame Russia again. Republicans will blame the deep state. That does exist, I mean, let's face it, but still. Meanwhile, the rest of us are blaming DoorDash because our fucking chicken wings are too cold. I mean, you want a real solution, guys? Here it is. Both sides need to spend less time whining about fraud and more time figuring out why half the country would rather binge watch Love is Blind than vote for them. I mean, at this point, the only bipartisan agreement left in America is that everyone hates the results no matter what. Doesn't matter who wins, everybody hates the results. So my final advice to both parties, next election, instead of rigging the machines, how about you rig your candidates? Give us someone who doesn't sound like they escaped from a Twitter thread. Someone who pays their own tab, doesn't need a transition team, and can explain a policy without crying or yelling or giving that preacher talk. Until then, grab your $13 beer, Venmo your favorite activist, and remember, no matter who you vote for, you're still paying for everyone's free stuff. That's the Mike Story. I hope you listen. What's up, everybody? Let's bring in our special guest coming to the stage. I'm going to put him in right now as my man, fucking white ass Mike. How are you doing, buddy?
What up, dog? Well done, man. I got to tell you, dude, I'm not doing that good, you know? It's just, I feel like with America, dude, going in for Trump, which I had no problem doing, during the election, bro, all of that, man. And I just feel like right now my brown eye's a little sore, bro. You know what I'm saying? My brown eye.
You think this is a big loss?
My brown eye is a little sore, Caldarise. What I'm saying is my butthole is a little worked over, okay? I'm saying my ass is scabbed over, right? And pussy, and I'm going to have to poke it to shit, right? Because of the hot poker that is politics that I've been dealing with every day, day in and day out for the last fucking 2 weeks, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
So let's welcome Awesome to the chat. Hopefully, your lips aren't as chapped as Mike's asshole is. So
you know what I'm
68
saying?
was the first one in the chat. He's always the first one in the chat. He says, yes, and the filibuster. Let's go nuclear on their asses because you know they will when they get the chance. Hey, Yankee 68, I appreciate you finally coming around to Caldarise's side. I've only said fucking nuke them since the day one. Day one, I said nuke these sons of bitches. Hey, what are you going to do? Marshall 23. New name in the chat. I think, is that you? No? I don't know. Marshall 23, let's go. Love it. Yankee 68, Jay Calda, Mama Dukes, Justin Dell. Justin Dell's my man from Brick. Great dude, man. We're going to combine to set Bricktown correct.
Nobody needed that.
He gets me so much info, and I learn the inner workings from people like him. You know what I'm saying? And he's helped me kind of, you know, when the mayor's ass is winking from the chapped ass that I gave her sometimes, a lot of it's from Justin helping a kid out. You know what I'm saying?
Fair.
Jake Calda, PT Pod. There you go. That's you. PT
drop
Pod.
it in.
And Marshall 123 said needed that haul. Hell yeah. So, dude, let's have some fun. Let's start here. Anything about my monologue that you disagree with or want to talk about? Anything about the week? Do you want to give your final thoughts on the election, and then we'll just get into different conversations? See, we can do whatever you want.
Man, I'm over it because look, man, I want to support our team. Like, dude, I love how honestly, I hate glazing you. Like, it's fun. It's way more fun to roast you, especially if it's me. And I hate glazing you, but man, I just dig how you came out and you said it straight up, dude. When you were like, when you came out and you straight up said, "Welcome to the losing team." You know what I mean? I was like, that is the best way to say it, you bastard. But you're right. It's like, man, dude, man, I don't know, man. Look, I feel negative about all of it. And then I talk to the people I know that I really respect that have worked in this industry. Like, I could name drop, and they have worked for people who right now are high level people with names you see on a daily basis in the news. And they have worked with them and for them and can text back and forth with them. And, they keep reminding me it's all a game. It's all a real game. And if you're getting caught up on one side or the other, you're doing what they want. And it's actually pretty stupid to do. And then there's the other side of the ones that be like, fuck these people, so. But
I like both
man.
sides, bro. I think it's a game. And I think I say, fuck these people. And, it's funny because you look at Mamdani and his parents grew up. His mom made a video or made a movie starring Denzel Washington. He grew up like as an actor, worked for different actors, then got into, political acting. So like he's honestly nailed the role of mayor. He said the right things. And it's awesome because you were steeped in the socialist stuff for a little while. You know what I'm saying? And it's how fast do you think it's going to go downhill in New York if he gets, let's just say Mamdani, for the sake of argument here, right? Let's say he gets it and pressures Hochul and pressures the legislature to increase taxes 2%, give free buses, do every last thing on his wish list, grocery stores, the whole 9 yards. What's your prediction of what will happen and how fast it'll happen?
Okay, so I don't think it's gonna happen like that. Just because it's one of those when it comes to stuff like that, as you know, they get to run so far with it, and then the adults are in charge. You're not gonna come in and end the for-profit grocery system. If you try to do that, we're shutting. That's just not gonna happen. Because they understand the risk of having starving people in New York, right? So, anyway, there's that. However, the buses, the increase in, I think you'll see a lot of it. I think the immediate thing you're going to see when he gets in, the most immediate thing is lack of basic services, right? So you're going to have less cops. There's no increase in budget. He wants to hire no more police. You have, I think I looked it up. It was like 300 less cops than it was in 2023. Currently on staff right now. He wants no more budget.
Anybody, even if they retire, he was saying.
He wants more counselors. Exactly. Yep. So, and then he wants
was
to
going
cut.
these crazy that idea. You know what's funny? It's like that idea has been tried so many times, and the counselors go and go, "Hey, can I get a cop over here? Can I
Yeah,
get?
exactly.
I'm not walking in this room. Are you out of your
Yeah.
fucking mind? Are you training these counselors in jujitsu?"
Well, and that's something that I mean, let's just be real. An average cop, which I'm sure you know a few, we probably get one on if we asked. The one thing they don't want, the one thing they hate on any given night is a domestic. Because you have no idea what you're walking into with a domestic. You know, people are out of their mind. It could be, you know, just an angry wife calling on her husband, you know, or it could be a dude who's out of his mind, drugged out. You're walking into a house. Who knows who has a gun? A woman could be drunk with a gun, found out her husband was cheating. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Who knows? They never know, and they hate the domestic. And now, instead of a armed human highly trained to protect themselves, you know what I mean? And not wanting to get into that situation because it's just, you have no clue. Now you're going to send a counselor. A crisis counselor is going to come in to that situation. And then you're going to have a bunch of dead crisis counselors and an overworked police department. You know, also he's you know, the fire department. They had, what was it? The fire chief resigned when he won and said, I'm out. And they're talking about cutting fire services as well. And anyway, I just think the immediate thing you're going to see, and this is what is pissing me off about this government shutdown, is argue this, argue that. We know you're stealing money. We know you are one of the richest and most corrupt governments on the planet, rivaled only by the Saudis. At least the Chinese admit it, right? Okay. We'll put up with a lot of that, but you keep the lights on and you keep the water running. You keep the lights on and you keep the water running. And the FAA just announced 70,000 flights canceled this month. You keep the lights on and you keep the fucking water running, right? Because of all the money we make as a country, really, at the end of the day, you keep the lights on, you keep the water running, we'll fight about everything else. But no.
Don't you see the irony though in it though, right? It's so like you have a bunch of people, and you have Mamdani that's out there yesterday or a couple days ago saying that we are going to prove that the government, there's no problem too big that the government can't solve, and something about being too small, right?
Yeah.
And no concern too small. You know, it was like this dude's promising the world. You know, but when you say some shit like that, where are you going with it? Right? You have
he's done. I'm sorry.
Hold on, real quick. Because at the same time, you have a situation where he's promising all this free stuff, and he's promising the government could do all these things, while at the same time the government can't do anything because it can't get its shit together and agree on anything. So isn't it like people voted for that in the face of just incredible government ineptitude? And I'm just trying to understand that socialist mindset where they have all the faith in our government to do anything right in the face of them doing everything wrong. It doesn't make any fucking sense to me.
I agree. I think once the basic social services break down, which will happen immediately, you know what I mean? Within 90 days of him taking office and having far less police, far less fire people, that's the shit you need every day in New York to keep the only one murder a day to only one murder a day. You know, once it climbs to 2 murders a day and 3 murders a day, and it climbs to, you know,
all of a sudden,
yeah,
over 1,000 you're in the 90s.
4 buildings destroyed by fires a day to 20 buildings destroyed by fires a day. Once that stuff starts to climb, you can't hide that in the media with you're racist if you don't like this. You know what I mean? You're against progress. Say what?
So how do you get out of it? Because like this is one of the things that I see, and you know, one of my buddies, Giuseppe, you know, the our resident liberal of the page that has been on. Remember him?
Yeah.
He was asking why do a bunch of Republicans from New Jersey care so much about a Mamdani? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, why do you care about this guy? What is going on? And the one thing that I think the reason why I care about it is because you have a situation where nothing's ever taken away. When government does more, does it ever stop doing more? The second you give somebody something, you can never take it away from them. Give a kid a candy bar and then try to take it away from him. He's gonna bite your ankles, right? I mean, right now my kid can't move, and I promise you, if I took anything out of his mouth, he's gonna stand up and smack me. I know that for a fact. He grabbed my face today, right? So it's one of those things where the reason why I think New York is over with something like this is because the second you put in a state-owned grocery store, that's never closing, and it's just going to be subsidized, and it's just going to take way more money and way more tax dollars to fund it, and then you're going to lose all the other grocery stores, so everyone's going to be funneled into that one with limited shit. And once that happens, how does it turn around? Because you see this in these countries. The turnaround, like the destruction happens fast, and the turnaround seems like it never takes place.
You know what's going to happen? I mean, what you have to do to fix that just costs more money. Couple things. One, Trump said something extremely interesting that got a little swept under the rug because people don't realize how this shit works. However, he said it's going to be really hard to give New York anything but the, absolute basic, legally amounted a lot of federal money. Because if a communist is running it, everything else is a waste. Now, the greatest city, New York, in America, in the world over here, is about to find out how much the federal government subsidizes that city and how much federal money that city depends on to be the greatest city in the freaking world. Look at the rats and whatnot, the water.
Dude, you got me thinking of that, what was that called? The Jungle Book. We got the bare necessities, those Mother Nature's recipes. Don't worry about your something as he's eating like a prickly pear.
Right. I'm just saying. Once, all right. So,
did you see
which subsidies? Subsidies. Hold on. Subsidies is the next thing. That's how you get out of that socialist thing. It costs you more money. You either just shut it down raw, have people starve unless they have money, which if they're in a socialist situation, they're getting everything for free. They don't have a job. Where they live is non-producing of profit because once again, this shit craters on itself. Bullshit. Dear God, I just really hate that, anyway.
Have you seen Barron? Have you seen what Barron Trump said?
No, what did he say?
Barron Trump posts this. It's time to remind the country the Communist Control Act of 1954 is still law. That means you can't serve in government if you're part of the communist organization, but it gets even better. The Neutralization Act says if a new citizen pushes a communist revolution within 5 years, that's proof they lied to get in. Their citizenship can be revoked. Nice. So here's the play. President Trump and J.D. Vance could do the funniest thing ever. Start enforcing the law that's already on the books. No new bills, no debates, just strip the mask off the radicals and send a clear message. You don't get to destroy this country from within. Socialists beware. You wanted a revolution. So let's start with a law that you forgot exists.
Let's go. I love it.
Hey, very, very interesting. But let's get to something else really quick. The filibuster, because you brought that up. This is what Trump says about it. The Democrats are far more likely to win the midterms. And the next president election, if we don't do the termination of the filibuster, the nuclear option, because it will be impossible for Republicans to get the common sense policies done with these crazed Democrat lunatics being able to block everything without holding their votes. For 3 years, nothing will be passed, and Republicans will be blamed. Elections, including the midterms, will be rightfully brutal. So here's the problem with this. Now it's fucking too late. Why didn't you nuke it early? Why didn't you just nuke it to begin with? You would have set a much better precedent. You lock this shit down, end it. It's over with. It's done. But here's my problem with this. The Democrats wanted to end the filibuster for the longest time, but they don't need to do that because they always have feckless shit Republicans crossing over the aisle, voting with them. Why can't the Republicans get that done with the Democrats? Why is it always they can never get the amount of Democrats needed to pass this shit, but the Democrats can always get the amount of Republicans needed to pass whatever the hell they want, whenever the hell they want, however the hell they want?
And that's you refer to my first statement in coming on, which is the soreness of my anus, the calcification of the iron rod that has been jammed directly into my butthole and then pulled out to create a wart-like situation
So
with pus and
again,
shit
Jesus, we got descriptive
and blood.
enough.
I didn't get to the blood.
Okay,
I didn't even get to the
I
blood.
got you. But what are we talking about? What are you talking about filibuster wise?
Man, end that shit. Democrats are going to do what they want to do, and it's only getting worse. Dear God, if you thought the Democrats were going to come around after winning all the swing states, the majority, popular majority vote, you know what I mean, woke in the, media and main kind of markets, not necessarily dying, but definitely not being the popular thing from, entertainment to music, things kind of reverting back to, not just such crazy trans woke shit. If you thought that was going to have the actual Democrats calm down and maybe try to come across the aisle, look, they're starving people with a big fuck you and blaming Trump somehow. So you don't think as soon as they get a chance, they're going to let another 10 million immigrants in and give them fucking phones and clothes and hotel rooms and whatever else they want to do, lock us down if they decide that's what they want to do? Because they fucking have. I don't understand the Republican short-term memory. If the fucking Democrats want to force you to take a fucking shot and lock you in your house, they will.
They will. They have done it.
But we can't end the filibuster. Ah! What are you doing? The fuck is wrong with you? I just don't get it, bro. I'm sorry, man. I'm not in a good place right now with this shit, bro. Sorry.
That was fucking funny, bro. Man, and you're 100% accurate. They literally put masks on you, locked you in your fucking house. You couldn't go to work. You couldn't go anywhere. You had to spray your fucking food down with bleach.
But we can't end the filibuster because that would not be nice. I posted this in a group. I'm in this pretty cool, open-minded, conservative, center conservative group, and the dude posted in there that runs it was like, we can't end the filibuster, blah blah blah. And I was like, no, sorry, that's why you're wrong. You know what we are like right now? We are the British in our white and red shiny outfits, walking through the forest trail. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, the rebels right now are the Democrats in the woods. You know what I mean? Throwing tomahawks and shooting arrows and killing us.
Do they do Indian burns and shit?
Yeah. And we can't figure out how they're outnumbered. We have superior firepower, superior knowledge, and superior numbers, yet we're getting our ass kicked. And it's because they will lock us down and force us to take a fucking vaccine. And 3 years later, we can't end a fucking filibuster to fucking pay government employees and fat women who want to go to Walmart.
Well, they have to blame everybody, right? So we can't possibly end a filibuster before we spend, a month with the blame game. And you have every Republican on my page is posting that we only have 53 votes. How can you say it's the Republicans' fault when they control everything? They only just control everything. They sound like liberals right now. It's like, okay, so you're in control of everything, and you can't get anything done. But somehow, when the Democrats only control Congress, they can get everything done.
Yeah.
How the fuck does that make any sense? And you know what? And it's they could push their shit. And the problem is, I've always said this, and you notice this nonstop. A Democrat voter will not vote for an R. I don't give a shit what anybody says. They will not do it. It could be the greatest person. Jesus fucking Christ himself could ascend down from heaven and say, sorry, I'm a Republican. And he would lose every Democrat. They would never vote for him ever in his life. Even if he was turning water into wine and shit.
Oh, yeah.
The Republicans will 100% vote for a Democrat. That is just plain and simple.
Hey, man, this is how racist Democrats are. Okay, you had the first potential black woman governor of Virginia, and then it was a rich white woman. And what did they decide on? What did they tell us? We were a racist, sexist group of people, us white men, and that's why we didn't vote for Kamala. Had nothing to do with the fact that we didn't even get an opportunity to pick her. We didn't know what her policies were. You know what I mean? None of that. None of that. Just we are racist and sexist. However, when Winsome Sears, an immigrant, a black woman, a military veteran, and the opportunity to make history as the first black female governor of any state in the history of America, they all went for the white woman, including Barack Obama. Let's go. Yeah,
I mean, really
rich.
She was really
Ivory.
horrible.
Yeah, just but and not working class, not military. You know what I'm saying? Not immigrant class, not by a shot. It is
Mikey,
the party.
let's get to some. I've been neglecting the chat here. Amy on our YouTube page, gotta love it, says, let's go. Do me a favor, Amy, after you finger the fuck out of my like button, put let's fucking go in that kind. You know what I'm saying? I like it's a Friday night. It's one of them Friday night fuckings. Justin Dell said this is going to cause an overflow of people moving out of New York City to North Jersey. How will that impact Jersey is to be determined. Maybe good for the economy. It may hurt us depending on how many factors. I mean, dude, it's going to be. I think I agree with you. I think North Jersey is standing to because I think people are going to move. If you think about it, you could run your business from New Jersey, move everything over here. I don't know why you would move your business to New Jersey because it seems like, you know, during COVID, whatever New York and Pennsylvania did, Murphy had to adopt. He just couldn't wait, just could not wait to do it. But you know what's funny? Speaking about New York and New Jersey, have you seen this? I think this might be a reason why voters voted for Mamdani. You ready for this? 3.9 million people in New York State are functionally illiterate. I mean, functionally illiterate. And out of that, 2.2 million people in New York City, that's 25% of New York City, is functionally illiterate. That means they are not reading at a fourth grade level. Oh, man, you got to love it. Yankee 68 says, can we have a purge night? And then he says, we're right next door. That infection will spread like a lot of people who work in New York. Definitely 100%. Marshall 123 said, nice call on the prickly pear. Deep cut. Ooh, you like that, dude? I'm a movie person, right? Do I want a prickly pear? And he had it on his finger. You know what I'm saying? You got to love it. Jay Callis says, if you end the filibuster, then whoever is in control can run everything they want through without recourse. Do not end the filibuster. Okay.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine?
You know what it is, though? Pops, it's one of those things, right?
No disrespect. I'm just
how
saying.
do you have a polar opposite government with a filibuster? Because if you think about it right now, the government can completely stay closed for as long as it possibly can. And you know what? I would be in favor of that if we didn't have people that I know that legit just lost like 4 weeks of pay. Right. So if that shit wasn't taking place where it wasn't hurting regular people, that's the thing that's terrible about this. Because we all know that the government's not them closing down is not affecting us one bit. The matter of fact, them doing nothing is probably the best thing that's ever happened to the regular citizen. But when people are really affected by that, and yes, there's way too many people on SNAP, and yes, 2.5 more million Americans joined SNAP over the last 4 years under Biden. And yes, way too many people have it, but way too many people are dependent on it now. And you have a lot of people that, if it didn't affect them, then I would say whatever, but maybe they need to be affected. I'm so conflicted with this shit. Maybe we want the government shut down and everybody to lose SNAP and everybody to lose their fucking government jobs. And then miraculously you go out, you get another job, you move on from that, and the government just stays shut the fuck down. I think that may be the best thing for us. You tell me.
Not at all, dude. I totally disagree with that at this point.
Shut them the fuck down. Everybody get real jobs.
Bro, here's the problem. No, and I don't disagree with the core of what you're saying, right? However, the ripple effect that hurts us in this economy, working folk, right? Because you understand 25 to 30% of all SNAP benefits goes to Walmart. That means that, millions and millions of dollars Walmart is used to getting that they've budgeted for, that is in their working budget, is just poof, gone. You've turned that off. Now, take all the government workers and all the folks that shop at Walmart, myself included, you know what I mean? And everybody who is not on SNAP that still shops at Walmart, but those folks that no longer have a paycheck, right? That's another chunk of millions of dollars. And I
hate Walmart, by the way.
I
don't
do,
think
and
Walmart
I'm
should even be able to exist.
just using them as an example. Let's go 7-Eleven gas for that matter, and Coca-Cola and McDonald's and anything that brings in billions of dollars a month off of the money that comes from, say EBT and working class level.
Oh, dude, bodegas are hurting right now.
Yeah,
They're
so
hurting.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
You have Indian people all over the place being cheaper than they ever were. And there's some cheap motherfuckers, man. You're running to some Hindu Indian. They are. If you ever try selling one of them anything, they are cheap, bro. Cheap.
Oh, and you want to know, wait till all your little bodega prepped meals and all your little local restaurant meals, the prices shoot up. You'd be surprised.
Yes, hello, my friend. No good. No good. No
You'd be surprised the people, but look, it's that economy.
EBT,
There's an auntie that gets $2,000 a month in EBT and is buying $2,000 a month. You know what I mean? Of chicken and meat for free, basically. And that's how that restaurant charges you the price they charge you. And now that's out the window, and they got to go buy. Watch. I mean, come on, man.
Speaking of chicken
EBT's
wings,
the whole thing.
Speaking of chicken wings, have you ever seen Steve Harvey with those guys from Too Fat to Fly?
Yeah,
he was eating the stuffed chicken wings, and he's like, I'm over here eating chicken wings, macaroni and cheese, and collard greens, and he's like, I'm having a real black ass moment right now. you ever see that shit?
Yes.
You've never seen that? That's phenomenal. It just came into my brain. I don't know. What are you gonna do?
Look, man. Like I said, I agree with you at the core, but the hardcore ripple effect of just turning that spigot off, right? The hardcore ripple effect of just turning that stuff off and shutting down billions of dollars in the economy every month and just turning that off. Those of us that work, that pay bills, that still got to get out there, it's going to affect us. Those prices are going to go up because they're going to have to try. It's basic math. You're going to have to try to recoup some of that lost income on some level. Especially if your margins aren't that great, or
honestly,
unfortunately, for like
prices could go down. Then you're in a different situation because you don't have enough buyers. So now your supply is up and your demand is down, right? And is that real demand? So like to me, there's a lot of different problems though with the whole Walmart system that we have. I can't stand a Walmart. I can't stand a place that sells everything. They replace grocery stores. They replace mom and pop stores. They replace everything. Hardware stores everywhere are gone because you got Lowe's. You got a Lowe's and a Home Depot right next to each other all the fucking time. When you have these big pharmacies, for example, local pharmacies are gone because everywhere you have is a Walgreens and a Rite Aid right next to each other. Or you have these these places that destroy business. Your money doesn't stay in your community. Your money gets to these big corporations and it's gone. It's out of your community. I think that's another big problem. But it leads to this, right? Here's a problem that Trump was talking about. And where is it? Here we go. This is what Trump says. Now, this is a big issue that is going on. And how does he do it? I don't know. He says, I have asked the DOJ to immediately begin an investigation into the meat packing companies who are driving up the price of beef through illicit collusion, price fixing, and price manipulation. We will always protect our American ranchers, and they are being blamed for what is being done by majority foreign-owned meat packers who artificially inflate prices and jeopardize the security of our nation's food supply. Action must be taken immediately to protect consumers, combat illegal monopolies, and ensure these corporations are not criminally profiting from the expense of the American people. So that's a start. To me, that's a start in a really, really good direction, is going after these foreign meat packers. And I hear China controls like 80% of our pork packing industry.
Yes. Not only that, man, but it's been a hustle. It went from 40 to 3 processors of beef in the United States in 5 or 10 years. And people don't talk about, these are not the things people talk about, right? They don't even make the documentaries like they used to anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but Mike, it's like on the same lines though, right? Because it's like the meat packers and what the foreign meat packers did is, it's like what George Carlin said, your real choices are getting dwindled down to nothing. You used to have a bunch of people selling gas. Now you only have 3 of them. And the same thing's happening with Walmart, but no one's bitching about that how they drove out how many local businesses and all that. No one deems them as a problem. No one deems the bigger corporations on the other end, but this is a problem. I get it because it's foreign. I'm cool with that. But the fact is, this type of thing's been going on. It's going on every single industry. And you're right. We used to have 40. Now we have 3. And if you only have 3 people that are doing the meat packing, how is that any competition? That's not competition. That is what I thought our monopoly laws were designed to stop. I thought our monopoly laws were designed to stop places like Walmart, where they can come in and sell everything and be the only store. Think about it. There's entire towns where the only store is Walmart, and they are like the only employer. That to me, that is one of the most disgusting things that you see, and you see it down south, and it got rid of all the local business. It has destroyed it, and now they control everything there. I don't know. But I loved the idea of what Trump said with the meat packers.
I do too. And look, I'm not saying I'm a fan of Walmart. I'm just talking about the necessary monster evil in our lives, especially like where I live. You know what I mean? What's funny is, I go to the East Coast where you are, and I'm surprised at still the amount of small businesses, right? There's still a ton of small businesses compared to where I'm at. Because a lot of the cities were literally built around Walmarts and Kmarts and shopping centers and big truck stop gas stations. And that came in, a big truck stop gas station came in, right? And then it's like, oh, it's a good place to build an IHOP. You know what I mean? Well, it's a good place to build a hotel. Okay, well, now we're going to need housing. Huh? Sorry, guys.
Small business comes from business. This is what people don't understand.
Yeah.
So in my area, for example, I'm a high-end guy, right? I work on backyards. I need people with money so I can have a business. If you don't have people that have extra money anywhere in your town that want to pay for a patio, there's no market there.
Right.
Right. So when you only have people that are working off someone like Walmart, where they control everything, they control how you live, they control your prices, you're living in that station of life, and your town will never grow because they control everything. You never have the ability to start anything because you never have any money. When you have up here, you have a lot of demand for a lot of different things because people have a lot of money, and we have a lot of people concentrated in a smaller area. So the big corporations, yes, there, but they're also in a lot of times like going to Lowe's in the wrong time of the day. It could be 30 minutes when it should be a 7-minute drive. And you're like, fuck this. But there's a little local hardware store down the street, and they're starting to pop up. So you shoot over there, and you're starting to see them start to survive a little more. I just think there's more overall business, and that spurs more overall business and money. And when you have people that have the ability to start a business in a market where people have money, that gets shared in the community. The money stays in that community, and that's what happens. A lot of our money up here, like in my town, you have a lot of businesses that you go to, and it is past the corporations. We have a lot of corporations, don't get me wrong, but you also have a lot of mom and pop shops, pizza shops, delis, all that stuff, bagel places, and everything like that. And all the money is getting circulated throughout the community. And to me, that's how communities thrive, not with these big giant corporations that suck all the money out of towns and keep people poor.
I agree. How do you combat that?
Huh?
I was going to say, how do you combat that? My first thought was stocks. The best way to do that is to buy stocks in those companies, because that's really the only way you even get a say. But then once you become a shareholder, you don't want to see them fail, right? So, are you a socialist, bro? You right? I mean, are you a socialist? Like, at what point do you limit? Okay, so we open, Caldarise and Fresh White's bagels, and it goes well. And then we open another one, and then we open another one. And then a guy comes along and says, hey, man, I'm going to give you guys $100 million, and I'm going to open 100 of these. And we're going to use your recipes, how you dial everything in, your coffee flavors, pop. And we're going to make, Caldarises and Fresh White's bagels and coffee the best thing since Starbucks. And we go, okay, right? Well, now we're a big evil corporation. Do we tell him no? Because there's crappier bagels and coffee in Idaho right now? right? Like, see, these are the things I work, like, you got to be honest about it. You know what I mean? You got to be honest. There's a reason Walmart is where they are. It's because they figured out how to sell things quicker and cheaper.
Yeah,
you know what I
Jersey
mean?
Abe says only if they're cream filled.
Yeah. Shout out to James. Shout out, dog.
I love it.
I just, man, I legit, man, like, I for the first time since, like, the election, I've been reaching out to my people, my insiders, right, or whatever, my people that work in this business and the political game and stuff, and I just, and not a lot of hope. The key right now is crypto. Get into crypto. Throw money into crypto. The moves and the plays from this administration and White House are into crypto. It is going to be something that's going to, while it may be BS.
I don't get crypto
crash,
at all.
no,
I don't get it. Somebody has to explain
point,
that
right?
shit to me, and I don't know. I don't know if I want to get into it, dude. I can't believe it's fucking 8:47. You said this hour is going to fly by.
Yeah.
I have a couple of little videos of just some fun shit. You want to get into some fun shit? And I have a
Let's
interesting
go
one with Sydney Sweeney. Dude, that chick, man, ever since those great jeans commercials, I mean, she showed off that she's got a great ass. I mean, great tits. Her face is probably like the most calm thing on her, but
I haven't noticed. Couldn't tell you.
Let's get into this one really quick, because this one is interesting. I want you to listen how this ugly liberal chick approaches this question with Sydney Sweeney.
The criticism of the content, which was basically that maybe specifically in this political climate, like, white people shouldn't joke about genetic superiority. Like, that was kind of like the criticism, broadly speaking. And since you are talking about this, I just wanted to give you an opportunity to talk about that specifically.
I think that when I have an issue that I want to speak about, people will hear.
But did you hear the way? I don't think. What do you think about? And she wasn't as ugly as I made out. But white people and genetic superiority. Did you see Sydney's face? She was like, "Are you fucking kidding me with this bullshit question?" But what do you think about white people not being able to portray that they are genetically superior, even if they have great Sydney tits?
Yeah, no, hey, man, first I just want to tell Sydney Sweeney, quit calling me. I'm married. Sorry, boo. You know what I'm saying? You had your shot. You were in Hollywood. I was doing my thing, but it's over now. Keep going, though. You're doing great. Now, moving on. Look, man, I don't understand why white Americans are the only people that have to be and must be ashamed of their race. I mean, there are so many other... Look, if it literally, like, if you listen to Mamdani's acceptance speech, did you hear that crap? And he goes on a run of, to every Brazilian janitor and every Tajikistan nurse and every, you know what I mean? It's okay to have the Tajikistan festival, and it's okay to have the, which is fine. And I'm not hating. And and all of that, and let's go. And I support everybody for their thing. But if you have the white American festival, it's now a KKK rally. And it's just like, that's why Trump won by such a large margin, because I know a lot of people that are tired of it. It's exhausting. And a lot of us live in mixed situations, and we don't want that bullshit in our politics because we don't care about it. And it doesn't enter into our world unless it becomes a political thing. And then you realize race is just being used for politics. Because I have black friends and brown friends of, many different worlds. We will sit and watch 3 football games together, hang out for 6-8 hours, and none of us scream about how oppressed the other one is or who's oppressing who. We give no shits, right? We're just having a good time. You know what I mean? We all hate greaseball Italians, but that's only right. That's only fair. You know what I'm saying?
Who doesn't hate a greaseball Italian? But with that said, bro, how people are the problem, and this is 30 seconds of wisdom right here.
Because democracy basically means government by the people, of the people, for the people. but the people are retarded.
Right?
The way those fucking
He's not
Indian,
wrong.
whatever you call those guys, the way they talk, they're so slow, and then they, they really hammer you at the end. It was 30 seconds waiting for 1 second of it. I mean, the people are retarded. What say you?
I agree. It's crazy.
You agree with,
Like,
you also agree with this? Here's another one, ready? Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. I was going to say, I think you need you should be able to pass an IQ test. Forget about an ID. You should be able to pass an IQ test to vote. You know what I'm saying? That's
I really
all I'm
think
saying,
you should
bro.
have a test before you even go in to vote. Who are these people? Like, I think you should 100% have an idea of what the hell you're voting for before you get to vote. I mean, you have to be licensed to do everything else, but any jerk off could just go and vote. I don't know. I do not. I was discouraging people. Everyone's like, hey, get out and vote. It's your civic duty. I'm like, if you have no idea, stay the fuck home and don't vote because you're an idiot. But the problem is, a lot of idiots vote on both sides. This is I found this just fucking hysterical today. I don't know. These AI jokes are fucking funny.
Men have two heads, but don't use either one.
Same reason y'all women got 4 lips and can't keep them closed.
Okay, rock on. Wow. Was not expecting that of everything, but okay, let's go. I'm not here to
Why
judge.
do men have 2 heads and can't use either one of them? That was I was crying laughing at that today. Absolutely crying laughing.
Fair.
Oh yeah, and this is the last one. I'm gonna ask you your thoughts on this. Do you think A-Rod belongs in the Hall of Fame? A-Rod, fucking Barry Bonds, all of those guys. And this is his response to it. This is A-Rod. Listen to 44 seconds of him.
Yes or no, don't couch it. Do you deserve to be in the Hall of Fame?
Of course. I mean, Barry, Roger, I think it's laughable that Roger Clemens, the greatest pitcher of all time, and Barry Bonds, head and shoulders above everybody.
They all deserve to be in.
Including Shohei Ohtani. You name it. Barry Bonds is by far the GOAT. He's our Michael Jordan. Of course he deserves to be there. Now, if you want to put an asterisk or something like that, of course. But, that's not my decision to make. I would certainly vote for those guys. I don't have a vote on myself.
Canseco.
I think you got to go line by line. And
McGuire.
I mean, look, I'm not the voter, but
yeah,
it's a hard part of history to just take a few guys out and put a few guys in.
Yeah.
So he definitely didn't want to say Canseco. Canseco probably banged his wife or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Canseco was, dude, he was like the best player in baseball for how long? He was this juiced up monster. He hit the ball so hard. He swung so hard. He was fast. He was big. Dude, wasn't he like one of the first 40-40 guys? McGuire, 100%, dude. He has to be in the Hall of Fame. All these guys belong there. What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely, man. I don't care. Sports is entertainment. All of it. All sports is entertainment, right? You're paying money to be entertained. You hope your team wins, but even if they didn't, you don't demand a refund because you're not going to see sports when if your favorite batter is Juice, you don't demand a refund from your ticket because when he hit that home run, you weren't like, you didn't get up and cheer and go, yay, and awesome. No, you got what you came for. Sports is entertainment. Let entertainers entertain. You know what I mean? If you don't think your favorite rock stars and comedians and fucking actors are stoned and coked and cracked and pilled to the gills most of the time, you're fooling yourself. Okay.
The greatest football player, defensive football player of all time was completely cracked out, like his whole career. And then he actually he made a cameo in a movie where he looked at the screen and says, which brings him to the next point. Don't smoke crack.
I agree. I don't advocate for it. But if you want to be the greatest of all time and you can smoke crack and that happens for you, good job. Okay, good for in it. Here's the thing, man. If the goal is to have your name go down in history and have motherfuckers talking about you 100 years later, and whether you should or shouldn't be there because of how amazing you were, and you did a little crack to get there, well, you won. You still won. because there's a whole lot of amazing roofers and plumbers nobody will ever talk about. But you came up, you grabbed a baseball bat, you smoked a little crack, and now we're all talking about you, and you're rich for the rest of your life. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? That's the American way, bro. Get it how you can get it. You know what I mean? Like, get it where and how you can get it, especially if you're not hurting nobody. If you're entertaining the millions, and no matter what drugs you were on or what shit was going down in your personal life, people will go to YouTube for the next 50 plus years to watch your awesome shit, and you're rich, you won. That's America. Good for you. Let's go.
Dude, love it, bro. I fucking absolutely love it. Let's get to the last comments. That hour definitely absolutely flew by. Yankee 68 says, as I said, who cares about these clowns? He said, Yankee 68 says, he was like Schumer when he asked who he voted for. Mrs. Marshall, Mrs. or Mr. Shell, 123, sorry. Money for education, facts. Jay Calder, winner. What did Jay Calder said? Whites have been fed the bullshit that we are holding non-whites back and keeping them in poverty. I mean, they have. There's definitely been 100%. Jersey Abe says, fucking white people. Fuck white people. Sorry. He is, as they say, black and proud. And genetically, we are the same. It's just the difference in melatonin.
Agreed.
You are not bullshitting. So, let me tell you something, guys. We have come. I don't think we have anything else here. Oh, here's one more thing. One more thing. Ready? New study finds that CO2 as the main cause of global warming is physically impossible. I'm going to look at this study. I just saw it. I wanted to bring it in. But the fact of the matter is, it is physically impossible because CO2 is a life giver. And the more CO2 you have, the bigger the plants are, and the more life thrives. It is the biggest bunch of horse shit. Earth is, when it's warm, people live very well. When Earth is cold, people don't live very well. And plants need CO2 to grow. It is pretty fucking basic with all that stuff. Mikey, bro, let's finish it up like this. Last thoughts from you, and then tell everybody what you're doing. Are you doing anything after this? I thought you were, right?
No, we're just rerunning this show on our show. So we're doing that. And I need chatters. Guys, if you are watching on Rumble, please go over to PT Pod, drop in our chat, just say what's up. That would be a huge deal. I would definitely appreciate it. And other than that, man, thank you so much, dude. You've been on fire all week. I love, like I said, man, you came in on fire again tonight. Well done. Thanks, man, for, what the work, dude. Like, you're not even getting paid. I love the fact you're just doing it. So my final thought is thank you, bro. And I am so glad to be back. I missed this. I was ready to go. So thank you.
Yeah, hell yeah.
PT Pod. You guys know PT Pod everywhere. 5 nights a week. Fun shows. Caldarise was on Tuesday. I think he's going to try to be on with us again Tuesday night. We got a new one called Gorilla Wrestling. We got a new
no shit
Gorilla Wrestling. It's pretty cool. So we'll figure it out. But
I got to tell you something. That ESPN the Ocho show, Power Sports Time. That is fun, man. And we get when we have all of us in there with Patterson, even you. I mean, you three, you and Mike Mann. Mike Mann is fucking with Mike Mann is honestly like so much fun. Because he's right. It's like he wants to be kind of fucked with, and he puts a baseball on a tee for me like all the time. He just like, here, Mike, go ahead, knock this one out of the park. And it's like, don't worry, I'm going to take a big swing at this one. He is so much, dude. I have such a good time with that guy.
He's physically built like a baseball on a tee. So yes, you're correct. He's wide open. He's the Rich Voss of our crew. You know what I mean? He literally is the Rich Voss of our crew. So yeah,
dude,
man.
I love it. He is so much fun. That show is legit so much fun. And it's different. I don't know if there's anybody that's talking about sports like camel racing.
Shit like that, yeah.
And I got on. Do you know what movie that was from? That camel line quote. So as soon as I got on, there was camels on the screen, and I said, in my life, if you know what movie this is from, put it in the chat. In my life, I've seen a lot of camel toes, but I've never seen one on a camel. I'll give you a hint. It's a Pauly Shore movie.
Biodome.
No, it
No.
was not Biodome. It was
Okay,
not
maybe his
Biodome.
most underrated and best actual movie. So
You know, it was a
by the
really
way.
that was from In the Army Now.
Oh,
That
high
was
quality.
another really good fight. That was a really good movie. Really good movie. Pauly Shore wasn't bad there for a while. But yeah, guys, hey, definitely check out Mike during PT Pod during the week. He is you were 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time almost every night,
Correct.
right? And then
Correct.
during
Literally
the week,
Monday through Friday. Yes, yes.
yep, hell yeah, man. Does a great job. Watch parties, PT Pod, and then your new show. Tell everybody about your new show with T-Ron.
Yeah. Mondays is with T. Cron. He
Cron,
is a promoter out of Hawaii who also trades. He does crypto, stock market things. Pretty successful in doing that. And so we do a show kind of talking about that. And then, like we do, man, we break it down on the real person level. What is a stock, right? So what we'll be doing now is, I don't know if you noticed, but basically you have the NASDAQ, the S&P, and the, what's the other one? The other one. So anyway, the NASDAQ, the S&P, and the other one. Anyway, I can't believe I can't think of it. It's been a long week, man.
I can't think about it either.
This
Somebody
isn't like
put it
my
in the
Monday
chat.
business show, man. I've been hitting the vape stick. So anyway, and then the main one. So hold on. It's the NASDAQ. I can't do this, man. S&P and let's see here.
S&P 500 and the yeah, that's what it is. I
Help me out,
remember
Chad.
now. What are you
Anyway.
doing?
Yeah, I was trying, but it's not hitting me. So anyway, S&P and NASDAQ were both down at the end of the week. And so breaking that down. So we are doing, that kind of thing. Oh, Dow Jones. That's it. Dow Jones. So you've got the Dow Jones, and then you've got the NASDAQ, and you've got the S&P. And the Dow was up, but the NASDAQ and the S&P were down. And he's going to be breaking that down and why it is a great time to get into crypto. I don't know if you know, but Trump just pardoned this Chinese dude after the dude basically paid $4 billion to get pardoned. And he ran a big crypto trading like app company where you go to a crypto exchange, right? And so, and he, along with Trump, has decided that America is going to be the home and the thing for crypto. So, honestly, man, I think now is the time to get into it because when the US dollar crashes, and this is Mad Max land, you know what I mean? Crypto may be the only way you can buy a plane ticket to wherever, we're going.
I just don't know what's
Jerusalem.
backing it. If somebody could tell me what's backing it and what it actually is, then I would be really cool with that. But hey, we are over time, dude. Thank you very much, Mike. Really appreciate it, bro. Definitely check him out on PT Pod, and thank you guys very much. Hey, you know how the Caltrop does. If you're going to be a true Caltrop, you are going to put aside the bullshit when Friday night comes. You're going to relax. You're going to have some. You're going to have some fun. You're going to unwind. You're going to unchap your ass. All it needs is a little bit of beeswax, a little Burt's beeswax on the hole, right around the rim. Stop the bleeding. Stop the hemorrhaging. Stop the pus. Whatever Mike wanted to talk about, Burt's Beeswax is also very good for your lips as well. So if you want to try it on your lips, that is phenomenal. But thank you guys very much. And what do we have? A second comment? There we go. Amy says, let's fucking go. Really love it, Amy. Really appreciate you guys. Every single one of you. Thank you very much. Be sure to finger the hell out of my like button. And the biggest thing that you could do for me, honestly, is have yourself a wonderful weekend. Whatever you got to do. If you want to drink, drink. If you want to read the Bible, read the Bible. You want to praise Jesus, praise Jesus. You want to bang your wife in the brown eye. You go ahead and do that if she's willing. Whatever's going to make you happy. I think there's one thing that everybody's missing about this shit, the frantic, lunatic world that we have in elections, and all this partisan horseshit is you got to be happy. You got to enjoy life.
Not enough.
Because this goes fast. So be happy, enjoy life, unchap your asshole or chap an asshole. Really appreciate you guys. The Caltrop featuring fresh white ass Mike is out later.